Hi, kids. It's Mr. Larry, and I've got another story today. This one is called This Land is Your Land. That sounds familiar. Do you know a folk song that has those words in it? It's a song by Woody Guthrie. This land is your land. This land is my land. You know that one? I bet somebody around you does, even if you don't, and I'll bet you do too. Anyway, good song. And here's a nice little book. Ah, This Land is Your Land. The author is Catherine Ciocchi. I don't know how she pronounces it. My Italian isn't very good. Ciocchi? I don't know. Ciocchi. Who knows? We'll have to learn some Italian and find out. Well, the illustrator is Kathy Morrison. So let's find out what this book is all about. Let's read. Earth has landforms everywhere, special places people share. Nature makes an awesome scene, up high, down low, and in between. Hi, kids, look around. Isn't this great? Wow. Wish I was there. Where land meets sea, there is a coast. Sandy beaches cover most. Some are straight and some are bent. Coastlines shape a continent. And look, there's a little map down on that little rectangle in the corner. It shows the coastline. I think that's California because I see some big redwood and sequoia trees. I'll just bet you that's California. The Pacific Ocean on the left, California on the right, and the coastline separates the water from the land. And there's the continent, North America. What do you know? So, hi, kid. Hi, doggy. Have fun. A mountain stretches steep and high. It reaches toward the big blue sky. The peak above is capped in snow. It's colder than the base below. Sorry, Mike. Let's do a take two on that one. Or leave it in. The kids will get a kick out of it. Whoa.
That's okay, Larry. Go ahead and just start at the top of the page here and I'll cut out your episode.
Okay, or sell it to me for big bucks.
Yeah, man.
Oh yeah, blackmail. Oh boy. Me. A mountain stretches steep and high. It reaches toward the big blue sky. The peak above is capped in snow. It's colder than the base below. And look, there's that little picture down on the corner again. That looks like a map of some mountain place. And you can see snow on the top of the mountain for sure. And it looks like maybe there's a trail. Wow. Have fun, man. Look at that guy go down the trail. Good for him. Oh, and a chipmunk. Look out. A hill slopes up above the ground. The rounded top looks like a mound. Rolling hills are what you see when they are in a group of three. I didn't know that. Did you know that? If you've got three hills, one after another, then you've got rolling hills. Well, there's our little map again down in the corner. You can see different colors for different heights. And here come the kids and a couple of rabbits having fun in the wintertime, sliding down the hill. Have fun, kids. A plateau stretches miles long. Its rocky structure makes it strong. The land is raised and flat on top. Desert plateaus can't grow a crop. Wow, look at that landscape. All those flat-topped plateaus. Wow. And out in the desert, there wouldn't be any soil on top. It'd just be rocks. And so you couldn't grow anything up there. but it sure would be interesting to be up on top of one and look out all across that. Oh my, what a beautiful landscape. And down here in the corner, there's a circle and it says the Colorado Plateau. It's got 4 states. Have you heard about the Four Corners region? There's where 4 states come together with their corners all together. I'll start on the left at the top and go right around them. Utah, Colorado, New Mexico, and Arizona. Those are the 4 states that have all these big plateaus. Wow. And look, desert foxes, do you think, or coyotes? Who are they? I bet the girl is looking at hawks, maybe vultures, maybe eagles. Wow. Well, let's see what comes next. Oh, look at that. I'd love to be there. A canyon's carved deep in the ground with mighty rock cliffs all around. A famous canyon known as Grand was formed when water cut the land. The Grand Canyon. Wow. Is that the Grand Canyon in that picture? I've never been there, but I thought they rode mules, not horses. Well, who knows? Oh, look, there's a vulture sitting there. Beautiful place. Oh, and there's a vulture flying too. You can tell it's a vulture because it's got feathers that stick out beyond the end of its wings, kind of like fingers, finger feathers. They're not really fingers, they're just feathers, but they stick out. So you know, only vultures have that as far as I know. Wow. Well, I bet that girl is having fun riding her horse and looking out across the canyon. Wow, so pretty. Well, let's see what comes next. She's dabbling her feet in the water. I bet she gets cold toes. What do you bet? A tranquil valley sits between 2 mountains with a floor of green. Flowers dance in the wind that blows, and through it all, a river flows. Very pretty too. Oh, hello, butterfly. Wow. There's a word there, tranquil. Do you know what tranquil means? I bet you do. But if not, I'll give you a hint. It means peaceful and quiet. A tranquil valley between the mountains. Down low between the mountains with a river or a stream running right down the middle of it. And somebody to play in it. That's nice. Let's see what the next one is. Ooh. On the plains are grazing cows and rising dust from farmers' plows. The fertile soil soaks up rain to nourish roots of golden grain. Gee, that's pretty too. I don't see any real mountains, but I think that's really nice. Hello, cow. I'm sure the cow is wondering what we're looking at. And look, the little girl is petting the little calf on its nose. Happy little calf, happy little girl. Pretty place to be. The plains in the middle of the country, kind of where it's yellow on that map down in the corner. That's a weather map with an H for a high pressure zone and an L for a low pressure zone. That's weather talk. And that's what makes the wind blow and the storms come through. And that yellow part, that's kind of like the plains, the Great Plains. Let's see what comes next. Ooh, somebody's in an airplane. Peninsulas have just 3 sides, sculpted by the flowing tides. They jut out from other land, like a thumb does on a hand. Well, there's his thumb. Here's my thumb jutting out from my hand. How about you? You got a peninsula of a thumb on your hand? peninsula, a big word for a strip of land that comes off of another piece of land into the water. And on that little map down there in the corner, you can see that long strip of land, the peninsula, Baja California. I've never been there, but I'd sure like to go there. I hear there are great beaches there. Wow. Well, let's see what comes next. Wow, a volcano, help. Far beneath the dirt and soil, magma churns, a bubbly boil. It all escapes, volcano blows. The ash spurts out, the lava flows. Woof. There's a lot of new words in this one. Well, maybe not new, but I'll bet some of them are. Like magma. Magma's that melted rock. It's so hot that the rock melts. Goodness gracious. And then the volcano. Whoa, we know that one. And we know lava. Here it comes. Wow. Something like this is happening right now over pretty far away in the Atlantic Ocean right now. In the Canary Islands. Do you suppose they have canaries flying through the air there? I don't think so. But anyway, there's a big volcano there right now that's, oh boy, it's exploding and sending up big fire and lava and rocks into the sky, and the lava is flowing mile after mile down right into the ocean, making the island a little larger. Now, I'm recording this, so maybe the volcano has already stopped flowing and exploding by the time you see this picture, but wow, volcanoes, scary stuff. Let's see what the next one is. Ooh. Surrounded by the open sea, an island sits so peacefully. Waves of water splash the land, breaking rocks and making sand. Yeah. So there's an island. And what are these creatures that are swimming around? No, silly, not the ones with the swim fins and the face masks. That's us. What are the other creatures? Are they manatees? Are they dugongs? What are they? Time to do some research. Let's ask around. Let's find some pictures. Let's see who they are. And look down in the corner. There's a picture, a little map of an island where the orange part is the highest part and the green part is the lowest part. And you can see how it gets higher and higher sitting in the water. Islands. I like islands. Do you like islands? Let's all go to an island soon. So let's see what the next page has. Ooh, islands in a chain or row create an archipelago. Haha, there's a word for you. We'll be back to that. Hardening lava does the chore. It makes one island and then some more. And look, here's an artist's picture of maybe the Hawaiian Islands. Who knows? But I know the map down here, and I used to live in Hawaii, so I can tell you they don't show all of the Hawaiian Islands there. It's kind of simplified. But those are some of the Hawaiian Islands. And if you look down in the bottom corner where there's orange there, that's a hot spot full of melted rock, magma, underneath the surface of the earth. And it comes up, forcing its way through a crack, and all of a sudden it's a volcano. And on that island at the far right side, that's the big island, Hawaii. And it's got 2 volcano craters. And then right next to it, over to the left, there's the island of Maui. And it's got 1 volcano crater. And then if you go to the left of that, there's Oahu. That's where I used to live. And it had a volcano, but it doesn't really have a volcano anymore. And by the way, they've left out my favorite island, which is Molokai, which is in between Maui and Hawaii. And yeah, anyway, on to the left is the island of Kauai. And again, it's an old volcano, but it's not going to burst anymore. Won't do that again. And that is really, I don't know, is that my favorite island or is it Molokai? They're both just beautiful. Kauai is called the Garden Island. No more hot lava flowing there. It's all lush and green and flowers and wow. And then on out beyond that, Nihoa Island, Necker Island, and then French Frigate Shoals. If you look from the right to the left, you can see the island is really big on the right and they get smaller as they go. French Frigate Shoals, I don't even think anybody lives there. It's all been worn away through the ages by the wind and the weather. The islands get smaller after they're done building with volcanoes. So hundreds of thousands of years ago, they all got big. Hundreds of thousands of years from now, they will all get small again. Geology. Well, enough of that. Let's get on to the next picture, please. Find the landform in your view. Remember, it belongs to you. Enjoy what each one has to give. It's one great world in which we live. Wow. And there's a kid out camping. He's got his sleeping bag and he's looking at the stars. And there's some, wow, what are those? Snow geese maybe flying over and a beaver working on a dam. Kid's got a compass. Those are fun. But you know what? You don't have to be out in nature to really enjoy the world around you. Landforms, yes. A landform is something like a mountain or a hill or a valley or a canyon or an island. But even if it's just flat land like where I live, it's still real interesting. Even if it's a city like where I live, it's still interesting. I can find a tree and I can just get so interested in seeing what it's doing, seeing the bugs and the birds that live with it. I may not have a great big landform around me, but I've sure got some interesting stuff. And you know what? I'll bet you do too. What do you think? So, well, I hope you enjoyed this one. There's a couple of more pages here. Let's take a look at a page that comes after this. And these are things that you can work on and think about and ask about. Maybe you need to do a science project, or maybe you need to practice making a paragraph or something. Here's some ideas. And there's another page after this too, but have some fun. Read the book again, think about stuff, look around you. Do you have a landform out there or a tree or something? And then come back and see me again, okay? But for right now, you kids take really good care. See you next time. Bye-bye.